Hello everyone. Let's see. I'm gonna get my iPad set up here, so I'll give this a minute. Get my iPad set up while maybe somebody's gonna come in. Hopefully. So that's what I'm doing. Getting my iPad set up so that I can watch the comments because I can't see them back there on the phone. So I always come to my iPad and watch the comments. Well, let's see. Okay. Nobody's on yet anyway, so I will just keep on going.
I can't wait till we can try real.
Turn the volume off. There's somebody has come in. I'm turning on my iPad and getting ready. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. There's Patty. Hello, Patty. I'm out of breath. I just went out and fed and watered the quail. And Lee had done everything else this morning, but he called me and said, I didn't really check on the quail. Better check on them. And yeah, they were out of food and water. So, there's Gossmania and Christy Betts. Hello, hello. So my hair is a mess. I just kind of washed it and fixed it. I got to go to work after this. I'm usually off on Wednesdays. That's why I do this. But today I was going to have to work at some point. A girl is leaving at 12 noon, and I said, well, I'm not coming in at 12 noon. I'll come in at 1:30 so that I could still do a live show. So, Mo Homesteading, hello and good afternoon. Only 2 minutes afternoon for me, but still afternoon. And Lee's here. Hello, Lee. Lee is driving, of course. He's probably maybe sitting somewhere that he could have a minute to chat. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna wait just a minute, let everybody get in. I'm eating my lunch. I made some chicken soup. I love chicken soup. It's probably my favorite. I love soup anyway, any kind of soup, vegetable soup or whatever. I like to just get what leftovers out of the refrigerator and make some soup. And the other day, I guess as soon as I got back from the HOA, the next morning, I made some chicken soup, and it's got chicken, broccoli, onion, chicken, broccoli, onion. I think that's all. And then I shredded a little cheese on top of it. So anyway, it's really good. And I'm making some more. I've got chicken in the crock pot, so I can make me some more. And there's no telling what I'll put in it. I just put whatever's left over out of the refrigerator or something I've put in the freezer maybe from leftovers, and just whatever. But it's usually chicken based. I love chicken soup with anything else in it. Let's see. Patty, homesteading. Brenda, hey Brenda, Duncan 1900 Homestead. Me and Brenda had a great time riding together out to the HOA. It was lots of fun, and we rode together. Me and her was in the back seat, and Paul and Mark was in the front seat. Paul drove the whole way, bless his heart. He drove every bit of it, all the way there and all the way back, 13 hours. And it was supposed to be like 11 hours, but by the time we stopped here and there and used the bathroom and got gas and stopped to eat, it ended up being about 13 hours. And he done the whole thing. And me and Brenda got to sit in the back seat and chat the whole time. There's Nancy from Ash's Treasure. Yeah, we had lots of time to get to know each other. I learned everything about Brenda and Paul. And a little bit about Mark. Mark didn't talk about himself a whole lot. But he talked about, he's a very intelligent man. Mark at Red Duchess Farm, you know, he talked about, I don't know, current events and all kinds of things that He's got a lot of knowledge and evidently keeps up with all of the current events and everything. That stuff that you don't even hear on the news, you know. So he studies a lot of that apparently. Let's see. It was great, Patty. Patty said, I've been waiting to hear all about it. It was wonderful. We had a great time. I enjoyed several of the speakers I went to. One especially just really, really touched my heart and inspired me on everything was Jason. I can't say his last name. Canteres or something. I can't say his last name, but it is, his channel is, well, I'm drawing a blank. Hang on. His channel is Sow the Land. There we go. Sow the Land. And he was just inspirational to me. He told his story about he'd had cancer. And he was in California, and he was working in a cubicle. You know, he was an office working at a cubicle and had cancer, and ended up, okay, he had the treatment for the cancer and everything, and then they said he was cleared, and he asked them, what do I need to do now? You know, is there something I need to do food-wise or health-wise? What do I need to do? And they said, no, just go back to doing, go back to just living your life and do whatever you've been doing. And he was like, well, that don't sound right. Then why did I get cancer? There's got to be something. I need to be healthier, And so that started their journey. And then they ended up leaving all of their family because they found land out in North Carolina. And they live, I think he said Raleigh, North Carolina. And he showed pictures of his farm, and I think he said they've been doing it about 10 years now. They've been out there about 10 years now, and they are, established and living off their land. And man, he was inspirational, I tell you. Anyway, so check him out. If you don't know Sow the Land, check them out, because he's a inspiration. Lee said, hey everyone, can't type fast enough to get everyone. Let's see. Patty said, yes, love Jason and family at Sow the Land. Yeah, he was very inspirational, and I enjoyed listening to him. And there was several others. I got to hear Joel Salatin, and that was pretty awesome. I actually bought one of Joel Salatin's books. If you can see that. I bought one of his books. I don't know that it'll help me, but I can try. I'm sure I will never be as living off of the land and a successful farm as Joe Salatin, but you got to work towards something. So anyway, I bought that book of his, and he was a good speaker, and enjoyed him. I can't remember who else I got to hear speak. I missed one that I really wanted to hear because I got to talking. It was time for this fella. I can't think of his name, but his channel or in his book is The Southern Herbalist. And he was speaking, and I got to talking to somebody and missed it. And I was headed that way. I got to talking to people and was going to be late anyway, and it was lunchtime, and I got hungry, and I was like, forget it, I done missed half of it, I'm just going to go over and eat. So let's see, back up here, I've missed something. Shit Happens, hello. And me too, Patty, I love that part of his story. It's like, okay, go back to your life. And he was like, no, yeah, sorry, I had a phone call. I forgot to put that on airplane mode. Definitely need to put it on airplane mode when you go live, and I did not do that, so that phone call probably interrupted everything, and hopefully they won't call back. That was work. Anyway, they were just gonna have to wait on me. on. Okay. Sorry, y'all. We may get interrupted. I may have to, I don't know how I would put it on airplane mode while I'm live. I don't think I can do that, so I'm just going to keep ignoring them. Let's see. Such a big move. Yeah, they moved all the way across the country and left family behind. And I can't remember exactly why he said, I think he said he had heard that there was good, cheap land out there that you could get acreage for a good price, and it was a good, place to live. And so he just up and moved away from family and everything and moved out there. And then he started YouTubing so that family back home could see what they were doing. And now they have a big channel and doing really good. Oh, work needs me, y'all. We're going to ignore them. See, didn't we exactly get good advice, then adapt it to your life?
We can't get to the phone right now. Please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
I'm sorry, y'all. All I did was visit and yap. Brenda didn't go to any classes, she said. She just talked and visited with people, and there was lots of people there. That's another thing. I heard, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that there was double the amount of people from last year. Somebody said, don't know how true it is. I didn't get it from Amy. I did get to meet Amy, and that was awesome. But somebody else said that there was 2,000 there last year and 4,000, approximately 4,000 this year. So it about doubled in people. And then Mark told me, Mark at Red Duchess, Mark Jones, he told me that there was more vendors than before. So, so it's pretty awesome. And let's see, we lived away from family a long time, a little harder when you get older. I couldn't do it because, of course, he left his, I don't know, mother and grandmother and something, not a whole lot. But I have 5 kids and 11 grandchildren, and there's no way I could move off away from them. I would never do it. So, but we have our homestead. We have our thing here, which is great. He was living in California and working in a cubicle and had to get out of there. So, hello, Amy. There's Tim and Amy's homestead. That's Amy there. And Amy has just got internet at her place. They have moved out to further out towards the coast of Amy, I'm losing it here. North Carolina and North or South Carolina. I think it's North Carolina. Anyway, they are starting a new channel, North Carolina. They are starting, she has Tim and Amy's homestead, but they are working on it was her grandfather's farm, and they are going to start fixing that up and working on it. It's been abandoned for a little while, and they have gone out there occasionally to kind of vacation, but they are going to start working on that and fix that up and start homesteading out there. And the name of it, as soon as she gets her channel going with that, is going to be Long Acre Rescue, because they are rescuing her grandfather's place. So, let's see. David and I are talking about getting a place out of state. Yes, well, you're coming to Kentucky, so that's settled. No more discussion about it. You have to get a place in Kentucky. Let's see. I will be about 4 hours away from the kids when I move, unless they move. Yeah, that's going to be hard, but you got a beautiful spot down there. But yeah, it's hard to move away from your kids and grandkids. I don't know that I could do it. But one of them lives away anyway. It's not like I couldn't, like one of my daughters and 2 grandchildren live away anyhow, but it's about 2.5 hours. But the rest of them are here. I couldn't just move off away from all of them. I couldn't do it. Let's see. Got it right. How are your taxes? I hear Tennessee is great. Now, Kentucky has like a 6% sales tax, and it's not too bad. I don't think it's not real bad, but I hear Tennessee is way better. I know several people that have moved from Kentucky to Tennessee because of the taxes. So, that is something to consider. Kentucky is beautiful. And I think Tennessee is too. And I'd rather you move to Kentucky. I'm not encouraging you to move to Tennessee, but they do have great taxes and it's just as beautiful there. I would love to move to the mountains myself, but Lee wouldn't do it. And we're fine where we're at. We love our place. So I'm on my phone and I have no idea how to highlight everyone that said hi. So Amy says hi to everybody. There is Empty Nester Homestead. Hello. We are thinking about moving from Ohio to Missouri. Missouri's another good one. I hear Missouri has good policies. I don't know about the taxes there maybe, but I know they have lenient ordinances and stuff, some of them say. He is all about Tennessee. Well, there you go. That would be closer anyway. I would love to move to Missouri, but Mac's family is here. Yeah, I understand. It's hard. I don't know how Jason, that I was talking about, moved all the way across the country from his family, and that would be hard. But that was why he started the YouTube channel, was so that they could see videos and see what all they were doing. And so I hear that a lot. There's Tracy. She is listening while she's driving. Okay. Yeah, as soon as I get done with this, I've got to go to work. That's probably why they're calling. They're wanting me to come on in, I guess. But as soon as I get done here, I have to go into work. And it's usually my day off, but the other girl that's working there had to leave and at noon. And so anyway, let's get back to, I'm gonna get back to my list. Christy Betts said, move near me, Kathy. I'm going to Southwest Tennessee. She's bought a property real close to Andy and Country Girl, and it is beautiful there. And apparently that land is pretty reasonably priced, I guess. And I think it is all over Tennessee and Kentucky mostly. And that is about 2 hours from us. Diana at Justice Acres. Oh, she had to delete her message, but I met her at the HOA. I met so many people. I can't even begin to tell you all the people I met that I like have talked to on chats and then met there, and it was just awesome. I can't even start to name them because I will miss somebody, but the flip-flop barnyard, they were precious. I had a big family, and oh gosh, I can't start naming. The Red Shed, I met her and her husband, and I'm trying to think of oh gosh, I can't think of them, but they had the redheaded children. Kathy, do you remember the woman that had several redheaded children? And I cannot think of her channel, but they were precious. I love red hair, and she had all these little redheaded kids, and oh my gosh, and I can't think of her channel name. Let's see, there's Appalachian Mercantile. I'm sorry if I messed that up. I always mess up Appalachian. Okay, all right, everybody's talking to each other. North Star Prepstetter said something. Good afternoon, just taking a quick break. All right, I'm glad you came in. Let's see. I can't remember. I'll look it up. Okay. I can't remember to save my life. And I knew I've seen their channel before, and right now it's just not coming to me. Um, how's mama? My mama is doing pretty good. She has ups and downs, but I'm telling you, after about, I don't know, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it goes downhill until the next morning. Sometime the next morning after she gets up for a little bit and has coffee and all, she starts clearing up a little bit. Of course, her health is just not going to be much better, and her knees hurt. She just hurts all over, really. And we started giving her CBD oil and trying that. And then I made up some hemp oil lotion cream for her knees. And it seems to help a little, you know. So, I don't know. But, yeah, keep her in your prayers. She gets upset, too, because she knows. It's like when she's a little clearer, she knows that things are not right. And she will say, you know, I just can't think of anything. My mind is just terrible, and I just hate this, and I don't want to start crying. But the other day she was crying about being a burden on everybody, and you know, I hate that. Anyway, so it's getting colder here. It looks, the sun is out. It looks like it may be a little warmer out there right now. And it was, I just walked out, I know. I just went out to check on the quail, and it's a little warmer, but it's cooling down. It's definitely fall. So the weather is getting cooler, and Lee's been getting a lot of wood cut for us and everything. It's got to be tough on the person. Yeah, you know, if they are completely dementia, they might not realize, but when it comes and goes, then the times that it's good, they realize that you know, that it's going. And that's hard. That's got to be hard to know that. And that's what she says. She knows. She knows. And she's like, I keep doing dumb things, and I can't think of nothing. And, you know, it's really hard. Really hard. Brenda said it's 51 degrees here. Yeah, I don't know what it is here, but it's cooler. And it's not the humidity. That's what makes it nice, is we don't have the humidity right now. Empty Nester said 48 and windy in northern Ohio. Let's see. Amy, at Amy's place, it's 66, going to be in the 40s tonight. That sounds like about what we've got, I think. Cedar Ridge Farm. Hello, everyone. I'm new. I'm Jane. I live in North Central Kentucky. Well, awesome. Hello, and we'll be checking you out. North Central Kentucky. Well, you may be going to the Stivers then, because that's about where they are. And that's November 2nd. We're going to the Stivers, and me and Lee are both planning on going. Starting to go through that with my mother-in-law. She doesn't want to be a burden. Yeah, that's hard. It's just hard. I don't know. She even said, y'all need to put me in a nursing home. We're like, no, we're not putting you in a nursing home. And you can't help it, you know. We know that. It's okay. And I don't know what to say to her. I feel so bad when she starts talking like that. I don't even know what to say, you know. And, okay. Getting cooler here by the hour in Ohio. Wow. Well, it's cooler here, but like it's warming up a little today, but not bad. Not bad at all. It's nice out there. It'd be a nice day to be out there working. Let's see. 37 in Minnesota. Wow. Apologies after she goes through a bad... Oh, Cindy apologizes after she goes through a bad spell. Yeah. We have 45. I was shocked. I just had to walk my dog. I'm so shocked. I thought it was going to be in the 60s. Yeah, it's getting colder. for sure. But it's really nice out there right now. Be a good time to be out working in the garden or something, but I gotta go to work. Um, I'll be at Stivers. Good, good. I'll meet you there. Get to meet you there. We're planning on going, unless anything interrupts that. And Lee's planning on going with me. Let's see. Big hugs. Thank you. Big hugs to you too, because I know you're dealing what you're dealing with. Cedar Ridge is not a YouTube yet, just dreams and getting started. Been here 30 years, but my son and I are wanting to learn. That's fine. Love watching all the YouTube channels. Yeah, you know, that's how we started out too, of course. Lee started watching. First, he started watching the people in the yurt, the Fouch family. And I don't think they're doing it anymore. But then he started watching, he got me to watching the people in the yurt. The Fouch-o-matic it was then. Then they turned it to Fouch family. Then we start watching Patera. And then I started watching Doug and Stacy. He wasn't watching as much anymore. And I started watching Doug and Stacy then. And then Deep South. And it just bloomed from there. And pretty soon I was like, I want to be, you know, I want to do this too. And I want to be in this community, you know. And I was watching for like a year. And then I was just like, hey, I want to kind of be in the community too and start videoing what we do and stuff, you know. So that's how it starts. That's how it starts, just watching and dreaming. Went out to get water in the car and I needed a coat. Just put the grandson down for a nap. Patty says I'm tired too. Yep. I don't know if I'm going to have enough cool clothes. Oh, Kathy is fixing to come up here hunting in about a month. And yes, you will need some warmer clothes. Or cooler clothes, as you say it. I say warmer clothes. Let's see. You're always welcome in this community, Cedar Ridge Farm. We're all learning from each other. Yes. Yes, and it's the best community ever. Everybody helps each other out. And yesterday was my birthday. And I had so many people wish me happy birthday. Never before in my life. I wouldn't have dreamed that many people would take the time to wish me happy birthday. And it made me think. It made me think because sometimes I don't always say happy birthday to older people because I think, you know, it never really bothered me before. I think, you know, younger kids and younger people think about birthdays so much, but anymore I'm like, whatever, just another day. But you do not know how nice it was and how much it meant to me for everybody that said happy birthday. There was so many, and I was at work. I was working hard. Tuesday's my busy day at work, and there I was sitting at the computer working hard, and my phone kept dinging. People telling me happy birthday and Marco and me happy birthday, and it really touched me, and it made me feel good to have that many people that took the time to say happy birthday. And I was like, wow, I'm not gonna miss again telling somebody happy birthday because it does mean something to them, and even older people. Because to me it was always like, since I turned probably 40, after that I was like, it's just another day, I don't even want to talk about it. And yesterday I turned 56 and had, I don't know how many birthday wishes. It was wonderful, and it really did feel good to hear it. My phone just kept ding, 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 and I'd look over and see them. I didn't have time to respond and thank each one, so I finally in the afternoon just put up one thank you to everybody on Facebook. So I really did appreciate it though. And that's okay if you didn't know about it. That's okay. I do that too. I do that and find out a week later that somebody had a birthday, and then I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't tell them happy birthday, But I didn't realize how much it mattered until yesterday. And then I thought it really does make you feel good. So there's Francine. Hello, Francine. Hope I'm not missing anybody. I get to talking and don't get to see. There's Mimsy. Yeah, I really didn't think that much about how it means to be recognized for your birthday, because like I said, ever since I turned 40, I've been like, it's just another day. I don't even want to think about it. But it really did feel good to have so many birthday wishes. So, uh, Brenda will be 60 in January. North Star said, my first channel was Sean James with my self-reliance. Oh, I've been watching that. Oh, I have been watching that. I just found him about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just found him, and that is awesome. I need to go back and watch some of his older videos, because I just found him like 3 weeks ago, and his channel is really, I've really enjoyed watching him just get out there and cook. Just watching him stand out there and cook on that open fire and all that like he does. I enjoyed it. That is Sean James with My Self-Reliance. Yep, that was pretty cool. Let's see. Let me catch up on this chat. Who's ready for another get-together? Yep. Glad I caught your live finally. Yep. We come on Friday night too. On Friday nights at 9 Central, me and Lee both come on together. Let's see. There's some more happy birthdays. Christy Betts said she just started watching him. Are you talking about the My Self-Reliance guy? That was pretty good. He's pretty good. Can't wait till the Stivers. Let's see. You can all come to my house. We will play a game called Cinderella. Okay. Oh. His photography is amazing. Stivers, not drivers. I knew what you meant. Okay. Let's see. Okay, something else I just, somebody just told me about, actually Mark from Red Duchess Farm told me about over the weekend, is Rebel Canners on Facebook. And I went and joined that group of Rebel Canners. And so I really can't tell you a whole lot about it because I just joined it. But they are more of, well, as the name says, Rebel Canners. They believe in not being quite as strict, and they do a few things that maybe not everybody, the extension office, might not totally agree with. So, and he was talking about some that he does. And I'm not going to tell it. I told him he needed to do a video on what he was talking about. He was talking about how he cans tomatoes. And that's, I guess, how he got into the Rebel Canners. And I'm not going to tell it because I really couldn't explain it well without having done it. But he was kind of explaining to us. And I hope he does a video on that. Kathy said I'm on that one. Yeah, we were just kind of discussing, there's some more that's on, there's some more that's on the Rebel Canners group. Well, that's awesome. I hadn't seen enough of it yet to know exactly what all they talk about, but just hearing him talk about what he does and how he cans tomatoes and stuff kind of was like, I was like, yeah, that's interesting. You should do a video on that. And he told me about the Rebel Canners. It's on Facebook. And I think you have to ask to join, and then they'll approve you. Christy Betts said, I've only been pressure canning 1.5 years, a little nervous to go Rebel. Yeah, I mean, me too, but it's interesting to know some of the things that you can look into. That's all I'm going to say. You can look into it. Yeah, let's see. Stringfield, I'll be 2 years this January since I started watching Sean James. Even then, I binge watched his old videos. Yeah, that's what I want to do, is have time to go back and watch some of them, some of his older ones. Yeah. Okay, the other thing on my list is I have several collaborations that I'm supposed to be working on, and I haven't had time, but I'm going to. And so we'll be working on some collaborations. Somebody was going to tag us in one I don't think they've done yet, which was the talent one that Reap What You Sow talked about your talent and challenged everyone to do show your talent, and somebody was going to tag us in that one, so we'll be doing that one hopefully sometime soon. There was another one, I'm trying to find the name of it. Oh, how the homestead, what the homestead community has done for me. That was another one somebody wanted to do, so I'm going to work on that hopefully. I just hadn't had time to get to all of them. And then one we're working on with Living Miracle Homestead. Kathy has put out one for what you can do with this fruit right here. And she gave me some of these fruits. And I can't think of the name of it, of course. But it is a chocolate, it's a chocolate pudding tree fruit. But there is a name for it. It's not actually called chocolate pudding fruit. But I think that Brenda said she looked it up as chocolate pudding tree, and it came up. But anyway, supposedly this fruit, you let it sit out on the counter, and it starts looking like it's rotting. It starts turning black and looking like it's rotting. And then inside of that is a kind of, oh, she put the name down there. There's, Kathy put the name down there. Black sapote. I hope I said that right. Black sapote. And anyway, so what we're going to do, our challenge is, when these ripen and are ready, we need to make a recipe with them. So I will be doing that challenge as soon as these turn dark and are ready. And it's very sticky. Very sticky. Okay, North Star Prepstetter said it's a species of persimmon. You can tell that it looks like, it kind of looks like a persimmon in a way. I said it right. Yay. Thank you, Kathy. I said it right. Black sapote. Okay. Lee said something. Got to start driving again. So, he'll be listening, but he's got to drive. All right. Let me go back up. I missed a couple of comments. I'm going to go back up here. All right. Brenda said, I grew up being taught how to can by a rebel canner. Yeah. Yeah. I think they all were back then. My grandmother only water bath can and had only 2 jars go bad her entire life. Yeah, I can believe that. I believe that. I think they done a lot more water bath canning than people say now that you can do. And I'm not saying, I'm not going to say, but I joined the Rebel Canners, so. Tracy's going to do her video this week. I think she's talking about the talent one. They have also been putting out a challenge. What is your 200-year plan? 200-year plan. What is your 200-year plan? I don't know about that. Okay, back down here. Mark forgot his fruit in the car, so I have his now too. Aw. Well, she also gave us some star fruit, and that was really good. I'd only had star fruit maybe a couple times in my life, and it'd been a long time. So she gave us some star fruit, and that was really good. Okay, North Star Prepster's got to run. So thank you for stopping in, and we will talk to you later. There's Wildcat Hollow. Wildcat Hollow Farm. He is working on a property he bought and fixing it up, and it's been very interesting to watch. Greetings and salutations to all. He's also got some wonderful video or photography. He done photography, and he's got some beautiful pictures. Okay, I float starfruit in lemon or tea. That sounds good. I just sliced it up and ate it, but it was really good. I'm 62 and my 200 plan is being with Jesus. Oh, yes. Amen. That's all I could think in my head was, well, we'll be gone and we'll be in heaven or hell. You make me blush. Well, it's just the truth. I've enjoyed watching you fix up that old homestead, and then you played the video with pictures, some of his photography. And that was awesome. Awesome job. Just came from the spring. I have more video in fall colors. Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. 200-year plan more applies to creating a legacy, heritage for your kids and grandkids. Well, that'd be great grandkids. Maybe we'll have a homestead up there. Yep, I'm sure. Okay, that's all that was on my list. I've talked about everything on my list, I think. I got several collaborations I need to do. I wanted to show something I got at the HOA of just, well, I can't grab a hold of it. Hold on. They had a seed swap. Now, there wasn't a whole lot. They didn't have a whole lot. They had a seed swap, and there wasn't a whole lot. There wasn't any Baker's Creek or in my gardener that I saw. It was just what some people had brought, and they only had it from like 12 to 1, and they just threw them out on the table for some people to come get, and they went fast, I'll tell you that. But I wanted to show the packaging, the neat packaging. If you go to a seed swap, and I'm always looking for package ideas. I made my own little bitty envelopes when I went to Deep South and done that. And they were just little bitty yellow envelopes that I folded up and made myself. But there was some neat ones there. This is made out of like newspaper. And they just folded that newspaper up just right to make a little envelope package. I thought that was neat. So, and this one, I had just tried spaghetti squash not long ago. And I had tried it before, but I think I didn't cook it right before. And this time I cooked it better. And I think I told on here last week maybe that I wanted to get some spaghetti squash. So somebody had spaghetti squash. Now, this is just folded up. What they've done, it looks like an actual seed pack. And they put their logo and everything on it. But it is just folded paper. And I can't figure exactly how. It looks like they just folded the top down and the bottom down. They folded it in. There's a seam right there. And then they just folded down the top and the bottom. And made their own seed pack. Now, I love that. I love that. That's probably what I'm going to do next time. But it's got a lot of seeds in it. And usually when I do it, I just put 5 or 6 seeds. And this has, I don't know how many, like 15 or 20. So that's kind of a big one. And then I got just like that. Somebody just put a paper in there in a baggie. And this is canna lily seeds. So anyway, just some ideas on how people are packaging up for seed swaps. I thought that was pretty neat. Okay, let me get back on the chat here and see what everybody's saying. To live the next 25 years, yeah. I was surprised Baker Creek wasn't there this year. No, they didn't have any seeds in the seed swap either, so I don't know. Um, Kathy said, I thought that was clever. I think she's probably talking about maybe the newspaper. Yeah, the newspaper one was very clever. Um, if I'm 54, if I can make it to 80, I will be the longest lived male in my family. Oh, goodness. Well, the rate you're going, I think you're going to make it. Because you work hard. I think a hard worker probably has a better heart or better than the rest of us. I'm going to see my new purple hood on my car. All right. Tracy hit a deer on the way home, almost home from the HOA, and hit a deer. Bye, nice talking to you. Goodbye, Cedar Ridge Farm. I hope to see you again on. And we're on, me and Lee are both together on Friday nights at 9 Central. So come see us then if you can. I hope you make many, many more years, Wildcat Hollow. Yep. Yep. All right, Tracy. Go see your purple hood. Oh. Hope you got to harvest that deer. I don't think she did. I'm 60. The oldest in my family is 104. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's see. That's all I had. I got a lot of stuff at the HOA. I bought some things. They had like chicken feeders and waters and all kinds of stuff that was big. And I was riding with other people, and we didn't have a lot of room, so I couldn't have bought anything like that. Not that I necessarily wanted to. I just tried to stick with small stuff. So I bought a few essential oils. There was people that had essential oils, and a lot of people had soaps and stuff, which I make soap myself, so I wasn't buying any of that. And I bought a couple of books, and I'm trying to think of what else I bought. Oh, I've drawn a blank. What else did I buy? Huh. I can't think. I don't remember what else I bought. I bought a pink hat, a pink cap. I got a free one, but I also bought one too because they had ran out and I ordered it, and they said they would give a discount if you went ahead and ordered it there. So I don't have it yet, but it was the Heartland Homestead of America pink cap that they have. But somebody was actually giving away some pink caps that say something about chickens, and got one of those too. What else did I buy? Somebody had made their own homemade thieves vinegar, and I can make that. I've made something similar before, but I went ahead and bought one just so I could, kind of remember to make some and see how theirs worked. Wild and Wonderful. That's the redheaded kids. Wild and Wonderful. They were precious, and she was both of them, him and her both were just sweet as they could be, and they had these, I'm not even sure how many they had, like 5 little redheaded kids that were precious. Precious. Have you hugged your chicken today? That's what the cap says. Have you hugged your chicken today? Brenda got one too. It was a poultry magazine that was there, and they were giving away those hats and trying to get you to subscribe to their magazine. Can't think of the name of the magazine either. I might have it over here. No, I don't. I don't have it. Yeah, I don't know where it's at. I think that was the name of it. Poultry Living or something. I can't remember. Really liked the fire cider. Yeah, a lady had fire cider and elderberry and all that. The free hat was over there by, who was it by? Clyde's, Clyde's garden planner. he was there with his little garden planters, which I already have 2 of those. And this poultry place was right beside that had the poultry magazine. Backyard poultry. And they were giving free hats away. So, also, I didn't really get to meet him, but I took a picture of Rory Feek. He's a country singer. Him and his wife were country singers, and she died, I think, of cancer. And they had a daughter that I think she has Down syndrome, and he had her there with him. He came and he had like a camera crew with him, and he had his little daughter, and I got a couple pictures of them. I didn't get to meet them. Some of them got to actually go up and talk to him and meet him, and I didn't get to meet him. I just took a couple of pictures from back afar. And let's see. He was filming for RFD TV. I didn't know that. I didn't know what he was filming for. I just knew he had a camera crew with him. So that's going to be on RFD TV. Cool. That's cool. Let's see. Who else? Let's see. Who all did I meet? He also performed at Joel Salatin's farm. Well, there was a lot of, I'm trying to think of who else was there that we met. I didn't get to meet Justin Rhodes. He was there, but he had a long line waiting to see him, so I didn't get up there. I really didn't want to stand in a long line to see anybody. I was just thought, well, I'll either catch them later or not get to meet them. I was seeing them all, but I didn't get to actually walk up and meet a whole lot of them. I did, I was standing in line at the food truck to get food, and this guy was standing behind me, and he looked familiar, and I'd only seen him a couple of times, but I knew he looked familiar, and he had on a security guard security shirt, and he had on a radio on his side. And I heard his radio was talking, and he pulled his radio out and was talking back, and he said, "Do you have Junior?" And whoever was on the other line said, "Yeah, he's right here." He said, "You make sure he stays right there, hang on to him, and I'll be there in a minute." And I thought, Junior? And him looking familiar. So I waited a few minutes, and then finally I said, "Are you Amy's husband?" He said, "Yes, I am." I said, "Oh, well, it's good to meet you," and, talk to him a minute. So that was cool. And he said, "Well, Amy's right around here somewhere and with the baby." And then a few minutes later, here she come by, and I talked to her and told her that I really was enjoying myself. So that was, that's Amy Fuel and her husband that were the founders of the HOA is who I'm talking about. So, let's see. Let me go back up here. Really enjoyed your videos. Felt like I was there looking around too. It was really fun. It was nice. I was so tired though. I was wore plumb out. It's actually kind of on hills, and so to go from one speaker and then over around the crowd and back up to another speaker, and it was kind of hilly. And I was wore out and my ankles swelled, but it was still fun. Still worth it. What was the name of the people that had the poultry set up that Joel's used in his demo? Let me think. Does anybody know that? I can't think right now. The chickens that Joel Salatin used in his demo. I heard somebody say that, but I can't remember. Did anyone find out why he had bodyguards? No. I just recently started following the Feek story. I hope I can get rest of my videos up. Tracy's back. I think my car will be pretty purple. Where did you guys stay? I stayed with Brenda Duncan and them, and also Mark from Red Duchess Farm stayed there, and Jennifer from J Love's Adventure. Her and her family stayed there, and we were in a Airbnb in Winchester. Amy seems like a sweet person. Yes, and she was she was very nice, like sometimes I feel like a few of them are kind of, you know, you're a small pea, and not very often. Most of them are really nice, but I have had a few bigger channels that kind of act like, hi, but she was really nice, and most of them were. And Premiere One. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about there. Premiere, grab some tissues. Wait a minute. Favorite song that's important to me. Okay. Well, right now I have a purple hood and the rest of the car is dark blue. I had to stop watching a while for crying. The hubs cried watching the movie. Okay, I don't know what movie. Let me go back up here. You talking about the Feeks, I think, maybe. Oh, yeah, Joey Feeks story. Yeah. Let's see. Right now, trying to catch up in the chat here. My opinion is some of the big channels need to be knocked down a peg or two. Well, I don't know. I feel like I feel like maybe because there's so many, just like Justin Rhodes, Roots and Refuge. Roots and Refuge was there. There was a line the whole time trying to get to them to see them. A line of people waiting to get up to them, like almost the whole time. And I felt sorry for them because I thought, well, they can't even go eat or go walk around. They couldn't even go walk around hardly until way later. I mean, like all day long the first day, they had a line of people waiting to see them and couldn't even walk around and visit and see the vendors and things. And then they had to speak in between. So I kind of felt sorry for them because they couldn't get away. They had to just stand there and greet people one after another for hours. Okay, let me get back down here. But you know what they say about opinions. One of the things I've learned over the years, everyone puts their pants on the same way. No one is better than anyone else. That's right. That's right. It has to be exhausting for them. I don't know. I wouldn't have wanted to have to stand right there. I mean, I guess. But I met everybody walking around. They didn't even get to walk around. They just stood right there and people was just one after the other. And that's great. And, everybody wanted to meet them, but I kind of felt sorry for them that they couldn't go to the vendors. And they did later on, I think. But like the first whole day and then the start of the second day. And who else? There was others. There was several channels like that everybody wanted to meet. So they, they were just standing there with a line of people wanting to meet them. Which is great. I mean, that's what they're doing, whatever. The price of fame. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Christy Betts said, laugh out loud, the price of fame. Yep, I guess that's right. They didn't have to go, but Jess and Maya are good people. Yeah. And I mean, I think they probably had just as many people wanting to meet them as Justin Rhodes did. And they had him a tent set up. They had set him up a little tent there for him and his wife. And the line was longer than the food line at some points. And Jess and Maya had the same. I mean, they had just about as many. Everyone put their pants on the same way. Yeah, but they love their channel being so big and famous. Yeah, I guess, yeah. There's Farmer Meemaw. She was there. Got to meet her again. I'd met her before at the Shindig and got to see her again. Jess and Ma, the Hollers, and the Rhodes were really busy with fans. Yep, yep. Yeah, I knew there was several others. The Hollers were one of them, and maybe even the Pratts. Y'all, my battery's getting low there. The Pratts and I can't think of who else. Doug and Stacy um, were all very popular. I think probably Jess and Ma and Justin Rhodes were probably like those people really had lines waiting to see them. And I don't know about Joe Salatin. I didn't see him anywhere that he was lined up. He spoke at several different times, but I didn't see like him out there where people were standing in line to meet him. So I don't know. He may have been somewhere else, or I just didn't see him. I only seen him speaking. I would rather carve my heart out with a rusty chainsaw than talk two roads. Oh, well. um, Tracy said, I'm sure they get tired, but they are where they are because of all the little channels that watch them. I would be thrilled to meet people if I were in their position. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's right. It's just got to be tiring. And I kind of felt, I kind of felt just sorry for them that they couldn't walk around and do, They had to have gotten tired. Of course, I was tired too, and I was walking around. I was just tired, period. I follow 2 channels that have more than 20,000 subs, and that is only because I know them personally. Um, I watch some big channels, but I love watching smaller channels. Um, I kind of, when it becomes a production, it's kind of not as good to me. I don't know. I don't know. Definitely Jess and mine. Next year they need a tent. Yeah. They all invited people to come talk to them in the weeks before the event. Hollers, Rich Refuge, Divers, etc. They all seemed to be very humble and sweet. Yes, and they were. They were. I don't know of any of them that wasn't just nice as they could be. I have seen a couple of channels be that way, but not any of them. And and you don't ever know. I always say you don't know. People that's in a bad mood. Sometimes I see somebody that's in a bad mood or seem grouchy, and you're like, well, whatever. But I always think later, I don't know what was I don't know what they were doing at the time. I don't know what was happening to them at the time. Something might have happened that had them upset, or, you don't know what's going on with somebody else. So anytime somebody's grouchy, because I can be one of the quickest ones to be all grouchy and down, but you don't know what's going on with that person that caused that. So, I asked Justin Rose 2 questions that I have wanted to ask for 2 years. It will be on my video. Okay, awesome. I was shocked that people looked us up and wanted to meet us. That's awesome. Well, Brenda, you're on so many lives. I'm sure everybody knows you anyway. Videos or not, everybody knows you from being on live shows. They are good people. I've met them all. Justin and Rebecca were precious and kind when I met them, and it was on their own time when they were walking around. I didn't see them walking around. I only seen them at their booth with a bunch of people. Of course, there's a lot of people I didn't see walking around. I didn't see the Hollers till the very end. And everybody kept saying they were there, and I was like, well, I hadn't seen them, and I didn't see them till toward the end. Exactly. I always try to offer grace. You never know if the person before you might have overstepped personal boundaries. I didn't meet a single person that I didn't absolutely fall in love with. No, not there. And I wasn't talking about there either. I have met a couple of bigger channels that I thought, well, they wasn't very friendly. But like I said, later on I thought, well, heck, I don't know what their day has been like, No one wants to meet me. Everyone wants to meet Petra. I can't wait to meet both of you. Yeah, me too. Brenda, I have more fun hanging out with all my friends than anything. Also, I love meeting people. Yeah, it was just a blast. It was a blast. If you get to go to any of them where you can meet everybody. And of course, that one had a lot of classes, but in between classes, and I don't think from what I understood, I don't think they'd done this before. They had 30 minutes in between classes for you to go do other things. So I'm not sure. I'd never been before. This was my first time, but I understood that maybe they didn't do that before. They didn't have as much time in between classes. The hollers are small. Yes, I thought that too. The hollers they are little skinny people. I thought that too. I was like surprised. I was shocked. They are little skinny people and short. They're not real tall either. They're little people. They could be missed in a crowd. Cute couple. Yeah, they're cute. I got to go. Bye, everyone. Bye, Tracy. There's the Hive and the Homestead coming in, and we're going out. Sorry. It has been an hour, and I have to be at work in 30 minutes. So I'm going to have to be getting off here. I'm glad you stopped by, though. I come on every Wednesday at noon Central Time. And then on Friday nights, me and my husband both are on Friday nights at 9 Central Time. So stop in and chat with us. Thank you, and I will pass the word. Let's see, spent the whole time I was there meeting and talking to everyone. Yeah, it was nice to talk to everybody. And Farmer Meemaw's going to save up for next year. Oh, let's see. I was surprised by how tiny Stacy was. She's a little taller though, but she's very skinny. Yeah, but they've been on a diet. Now Doug was skinny too. Doug has lost a lot of weight, but they have been on a diet. And I even asked her. I asked her about his weight loss, and she said, "Yeah, we've been doing the intermittent. I can't say it right. Fasting." And low carb and stuff, and she said he was just trying to be healthier. So I wasn't sure he wasn't sick, is why I asked, because he has lost a lot of weight. She said 45 pounds, and I'm sure she's lost some too, helping him lose. I'm a giant next to Petra. I am 6'3". She is 5'1". That's how tall I am, 5'1". Later, Nancy. Ash. I call her Ash. Let's see. Wait a minute. I was thrilled to get to meet you. Farmer Meemaw. Me too. I know someone else who's doing the intermittent, I can't say that good, intermittent fasting. They swear by it. I kind of tried a little bit of it, but I was still doing my coffee, so I'm not sure. I think I probably kind of broke my fasting with my coffee because I have to have sweetener and cream in it. So I kind of tried to do the intermittent fasting, but I really didn't because I did have my coffee. And I didn't have it black. Okay, y'all. Thanks so much for coming. This has been wonderful. And I just enjoy doing this because you get to chat with people and you feel like you're just right there. You feel like you're there together chatting, which we are. Everyone had to squat to take pictures with me. I became very aware of my shortness. I saw you done either that on a video or on Facebook talking about that. Okay, I'm going to have to go to work. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. And I'm going to go to work. And this weekend, I'm going to work on some of these collaborations that I'm in. And then me and Lee will be on Friday night at 9 Central Time. So y'all come and see us. And thank you for stopping. And I'll see y'all later. Sorry you had to go to work. Yeah, me too. Me too. Love y'all. Thank you for coming.